Hi, I'm the Wandering Newbie, and it's time for more Record Keeper. Today, we have the FF9 event, which is not right up there, so I can't. Ballad of Memories, with an introduction of both Marcus and some legend dives for a couple of people, though the event itself mainly focuses around Garnet. Okay, was a good enough intro. Steiner is in such a weird place. They want him to do so many things, and just he's not good at anything. Yeah, I like the USB for Steiner because it's such a weird gimmick, but it's so bad when you actually look at it. Like, when you take a second and look at Steiner's USB, it's trash. And I hate to call things in Record Keeper trash, because that's going to make the people that pull them feel bad, but God, is Steiner's USB trash. If they had anything extra on it outside of its initial effect, it would be better. But because it's just that effect, it's so bad. Anywho. So, our first fight here are the Mistodons. And then we got Melty Gemini. A pretty standard boss rush. Nothing really too special. Well, like, the problem with the USB, and we'll see it when we get there, is that, like, the USB, thanks for the auto host, psych. The USB requires you to invest other characters into making Steiner better. That's it. That's the problem. Also, it's another, like, deal damage to account. There's like a way to work around that deal damage thing, but, like, oh boy. Okay. What can we have fun with? I might just need to go. Oh yeah, if you just want to have fun, Steiner's USB is fine, but I just think it's the overarching everything of Record Keeper. It might be the worst offensive USB. Yeah. Actually, I don't even remember if I commented on that comment yet, but like, V Person, my problem with his USB is it's not even like, is he ever going to show up on a Magicite team? It's like, is he ever going to show up on a team? Like maybe like an Apocalypse Plus team doing a goof. I don't know. I'll take a better look at it once I get there during banner review. But for now, we got some bosses to get through. I really do need to sit down and play through 9 again at some point. Just refresh myself with how the events of the story goes down. Because, like, fuck if I remember. If I remember right, these boys actually have very low HP. So, watch this shit. Nice. I can't actually remember what his specific legend dive is. Steiner's, that is. Oh, 25% elemental damage? That's not bad. Yeah, those boys aren't really too scary. They go down pretty fast. Melted Gemini up here, however, can be scary if you let him roll out of control. It's really what it boils down to. The steel power at this point is just to hit conditions. If I do 2 hits, I may actually kill this boy. And I think I need to lower defense. There we go. So a good thing to note with these 2 bosses, it seems like their HP totals are actually pretty low. So you can blow them up pretty fast, but as stated, Melted Gemini likes to put dots on your people. And that can be a little unwieldy if you let it be. What the hell was that sentence? Big egg. Many big egg. Give me them large eggs. Alright. Double plus is Valia Pira. A expert boss that is very rude to new players, as it is a boss that gets stronger the less FF9 characters you have. To the point where it's like almost impossible to beat if you have no FF9 characters. It's so strong with no FF9 characters. But with 5, it's only going to do some very simple spells. Oh boy, this is going to be a damn night, isn't it? Some very simple spells. And not do a whole lot to you. I forget, does Zidane's trance give him... It gives him, like, instant cast Thief, right? Yeah, it's really good. Okay. So, again, if you bring enough Final Fantasy IX characters, the boss isn't really too bad. It can only do AoE, elemental spells. It does cast Reflect, so it can stop your mages pretty easily. But it causes it to be weak to wind. It doesn't really do too much else. It gets way lower stats. Oh, also, it's vulnerable to slow. So, step right up, get those debuffs on them, and just go to town. It's not going to do anything to you. Tempo Flurry really shouldn't be hitting that hard. I feel like I'm cheating. Yeah, in the original game, this is a pretty interesting adaptation because in the original game, Big Boy's boosts here matter on how many of the dungeon items you had equipped. And if you had more, it was weaker. So, yeah. Pretty interesting way to try and interpret that. And our third plus fight is Ark, making a stopover from Final Fantasy XIV. Also vulnerable to slow, if you want to just go all out. Weak to wind. Has some pretty nasty things, though, such as being able to confuse your party, and knocking people to 1 HP. Yep, I'm a big fan of Cruise Chaser. Spent a couple months trying to clear Cruise Chaser. The FF14 version comes in as Ark, the boss, and then turns into the robot form, and you fight the robot form. And there's one point in the fight where it turns back into the ship form for a sequence. It's pretty good. I believe that's when it uses the move. I can't remember what the move is called, but the summon attack. He uses it during that sequence. No, actually, no. It just blows up the floor. The summon move is at a later point in the fight. I don't know. 14's a good game. 14 is a good game that likes to make its references, but can survive pretty well, even if you don't get the references. Because, like, fuck, if you don't understand Cruise Chaser's arc, it's just, whoa, cool robot, you know? Well, I mean, the whole joke with Blasty is an old shooter game that Square Enix made. Like, even that is a reference. Ah, Eternal Darkness, yes. It does use Eternal Darkness at some point in the fight. I think it's a transition attack. Okay. So y'all know Ark, kind of. Maybe you don't, maybe you do, who knows. Ark's whole super big gimmick is that they're entirely physical based. Likes to confuse your parties, likes to knock you down to 1 HP. Likes to just be really rude. Just be a real rude boy. Luckily, much like Valley Pariah, Ark here is also vulnerable to slow, which you can utilize to your own success, if you wish to. If you're finding yourself having a little bit of trouble with the old airship summon, maybe consider slow. Does have some, you know, not super threatening, but pretty substantial AoEs. They're like not nothing. They can cause trouble if you give them a chance. I am playing a little risky here. I should have done another Thief's Revenge there, but I was figuring I might be able to rush him down. I wouldn't recommend that. Always refresh your debuffs. Don't get risky, because risky is how you die. But worked out for me. Okay. I'm gonna stop over and do something real fast. For me. So this is, I don't think there was an announcement for this at all. They just did this without really saying anything. But they implemented a really weird, not weird, but like weird for Record Keeper mechanic. That is a reference to something from 9. So, in 9, any stat increases that Marcus got were transferred over to Aiko when you recruited her, because really Marcus isn't supposed to level up that much. And they take, in order to save data, they take up the same character slot. It was the same thing with that. I'm going to say Cena and Quina hold the same slots, and Blank and Amarant hold the same slots. And I'm going to say maybe Beatrix and Steiner. No, they can't because they're in the party at the same time at one point. But Beatrix probably holds the same slot as somebody else. Or she has her own slot, who knows. She does have a lot more unique commands. But a popular strategy is to power level Marcus a little bit, maybe like 10 or 20 or 99 levels. And then when you get Aiko, she is completely broken. In order to implement that in Record Keeper, by diving Marcus, you get Aiko motes. Right here. So, though I may never use him, I am going to dive Marcus a bit, because I have Aiko's BSB. So, figured why the hell not? Now, 2 nodes of Aiko motes are in the top slots here, and then you have to do 1 dive into 4-star to get some more. Does Marcus get worse gains for his record dives? No, I think they just move stats around a bit. Like, yeah, like for instance here, there's 2 attack there and 2 defense, and there's a 3 attack in the Knight. I think they just move things around. A 5 attack in Viking. When that first one might have been a 2 attack. I think they just move stats around, so that if you fully dive him, you get the full benefit. Anywho. And it's just sort of it's not like huge boosts for Aiko, but like, well, at least the first 2 aren't. It's just a more defense, some more HP, but I will gladly take this 3% extra healing. That is actually super good. See, which now gives me potency. There we go. Yeah, that gives me an extra 3%, so it bumps up to 12 based off all the other stuff I got. It's a fun little joke, and for veteran players, it's not too hard to get. You'll have enough spare motes to do that. And I can appreciate incorporating goofy mechanics into a game. Anyway. It's time for our ultimate fight, Strength onto Weakness, which is Taharka, of all things. For those who don't remember Taharka, I don't blame you, but it is a boss that has two forms, normal and flattened. It gets huge defense boosts in flattened. That's about it. It uses magic attacks while in normal, and physical attacks while down. It's weak to fire and wind, which you got plenty of access to, so just go to town on there. Yep, it's stuff like that, and Onion Knight being shitty until level 63 or 93. It's the little things that I really appreciate. Is he the boss of Ipsen Castle? Fuck if I know. God damn it. Yeah, we're gonna still have intermittent hiccups this stream, it seems. Hopefully we can get through the stream without too much problem. And then I get to hoot and holler at... also, yeah, those intermittent hiccups, that's another reason I really... I want to try and wait a week to do Crystal Tower. If I can get this thing fixed with Cablevision before next week, I'd rather have good internet to do a big Crystal Tower stream than to have mediocre, shitty internet and have it cut out every now and then. But at the very least, at worst case scenario, this will be a problem for 1 to 2 months as soon as I sign my lease and get my condo. Then I'll have my own internet that I get to hoot and holler about. I love the throat singing in this song. It's so goddamn good. Who's Marcus? Marcus is one of the thieves that Zidane works with. Ipsen Castle is a shitty filler dungeon for Amarant where they switch the damage values of weapons. That sounds awesome. You say shitty filler dungeon, I say, hell yeah, that sounds real stupid. I guess that's why Strength Unto Weakness is the title of this. Anyway. Now, since Taharka here does start in big form, you want to make sure you get your Shell off first, because you'll be casting spells for a little bit. The other thing is, Taharka can switch to flattened form at any point. Every time it gets a turn, there is a 25% chance it flattens. see an upgraded Mug Bloodlust there. Maybe the first time I use that. Numbers. The numbers, Duke. This event wasn't built for these numbers. Oh. Yep, there's what I mean. Flattens down real good. I thought defenses were supposed to go up. Like, real talk, I thought its defenses were supposed to go up. For reference to my earlier comment, this event in Japan existed before the ability rework. So the fact that we have so many 4-hit abilities now, the event was not built for these moves. Yeah, both the previous event and this event, Japan got before the ability rework. And who knows how long that goes on for. I can't remember when exactly they got the rework. But we're gonna have easy events for a little bit. Not easy, but easier than they should be, because our abilities are strong now. Okay, up next, Garland. Remember when I joked about a mass dispels? Well, Ultimate Wave is a ranged physical attack that removes the buffs from your party. Yay. Yay. Wahoo. Aside from that, he is mostly physical, with the exception of Flare, which is a rough one, because what Flare does is... Oh wait, what am I talking about? Flare's damage. Sorry, I lost my train of thought completely there for a moment. Almost entirely physical, almost entirely long range as well. He casts Flare, which is black magic. Stop is black magic. So if you have a magic lore person, it deals with both of his spells, and then you really only have to kit yourself out for physical. Yeah. Reflect is actually extremely good for this boss. And that's what I kind of built my strategy around, is not giving a fuck about Stop or Flare, and having at it. And we're going to see how that works out for me. So, we're going to have the magic lore on Orlando, and cast Reflect on him turn 1, and then just have him Drain Blade the rest of the fight, and we're going to see how that works. Meanwhile, Zidane is going to be Wrecking Face. Yes, Celis and X-Death are perfect. If you have a Runic or Grand Cross, Just immediately demolishes that. You don't even have to worry about the magical or reflect. Just takes care of that aspect. Just go about the boss however you would. In fact, if you have those two things, try and run a back row mage party, because this boss has front row attacks. Aside from that, yeah, just need to debuff him. I'm bringing a magic breakdown just in case, because he does cast a party-wide dispel, so there may be a turn where the reflect is down. So figured, might as well be lowering that magic just in case. Aside from that, it's pretty standard damage. The boss doesn't have any weaknesses, so just have fun. Also, don't bring dual cast if you're bringing reflect, because you don't want to dual cast onto the reflect. Also, remember to target all your spells. Also, remember to give your reflect target a way to drain health. Zidane with a sentinel or magic lore record materia is actually a strong choice to be your reflect target. But I decided to go with a more standard strategy of actually using like magic lore and what have you. But like, if you have an in-realm Haystaga for the Cid mission, of course, and I guess an in-realm way to boost stats, bringing Cells Roaming Warrior isn't a bad idea, in the least, or X-Death. Is that you don't even have to worry about it, you just build your strategy around doing stuff. Isha's fine. People are mad because they dove her and got burned, because she was one of the first people to have dual cast white. But Isha's fine. Her BSB has problems, but is good. You just have to work around it. Yeah, she's a Wrath healer. That's fantastic. She doesn't have 0 charge time Medica. She has a 0 charge time single target cure. That's great. Yeah, Stone Skin is the problem. That's the one thing I would say is Y'shtol's problem, is that she Stone Skins your party. Aside from that, like, fucking whatever. Who cares? Have fun. Y'shtol's fine, learn to play. Okay, so since this boss does do the removal of white magic buffs, we're actually going to hold off on casting the roaming warrior for a little bit. Now, part of this strategy does sort of hinge on how good can I do without a roaming warrior stat buff. We're fine. We're good. Nah, get on. Yep. And there you see everything kind of just falling into place. And as soon as we get the buff from... I may actually defend with Kuja. We may just hold off on him for a little bit. So that we can make sure we get the right proper amounts of stats. Ah, there's the move. Wait, does... Oh, right, okay, Magic Lord gives you a shell effect. I forgot about that. There. That's taken care of. God, it's been so long since we've had a good reflect strategy on a hard fight. It's so nice to see that shit again. Ah, I'm very fast now. How long can you move in frozen time? Hold up, gotta go down to speed 1 or else I'm gonna go too fast. And we might actually just have Orlando recast the Roaming Warrior, because he's not doing anything. Yeah, so with the proper, you know, magic lore reflex strategy, this isn't too bad. This is actually a pretty fair ultimate plus. Weird that those exist. What the? Bosses can be fair and balanced? I love that they sped up the animation for Meltdown. Alright. And I know what I said earlier in the stream. God, yeah, I've heard horror stories about Crystal Tower. And I've read the AI thread. I've seen the shit that Crystal Tower throws down. Not looking forward to that. Gah. Ugh. Yeah, I don't think Yojimbo is going to be the hard boss. Like, Yojimbo or Barbariccia, I don't think they're going to be the hard ones. I'm more worried about... And even Mateus. Mateus, I might just bring my mage team and go Dark Power on her. It's really just Diamond Weapon. Seeing that deal 200,000 damage in 3 turns is like... no! Mateus, no, I don't have... Or Diamond Weapon, I don't have those kind of breaks. Alright, so Death Incarnate is Deathguise. Deathguise? So, Deathguise has some really rude moves. The big thing about Deathguise here that might not be readily apparent. Everything it does is either fixed damage, piercing, or percentile. So what you have to do is actually don't bring any defense boosters. This is all about breaks. This is a break fight. Break the boss to hell. On top of that, it has one magic attack. And, god damn it, I did it again. Not really needing to worry about my roaming warriors for like a year and a half. I keep forgetting to get new ones. Those are fine, those are fine. I really don't need these maelstroms. I don't mind if you pick me. It's actually a pretty good message. I made fun of it, but that's actually really good. I like that. Okay. There we go. I gotta go through my followers and get rid of crap. Oh, that's not right. There we go. Oh, events? No. Reddit. There we go. And friends. And the tracker's broken. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, wait, no. They might have switched this over to... Hold up. One moment. Yes. It just doesn't work in that browser. Okay. Alright. The boss has one, count it, one, magic attack that it does if you... That's not... a wise guy. If you do everything right, there's only one magic attack that can hit you. So I'm bringing this to A, deal with one of the other moves that it does, and B, to deal with the magic attack. Mainly, the boss also has a move that does a flat 3k to your front row. And another move it does is casts a single target death on your back row. And this is like death, like always hits 100% death spell, black magic. So unless you have a runic going, someone in your back row gonna die. Yeah, that is true. You can magic blink the death, but the boss also has an AOE. And again, yeah, as I think V Prisoner is about to say, or just front row your healer because the boss just does piercing attacks. Row doesn't matter. Defense doesn't matter. Well, actually, I guess row does matter for piercing attacks. But yeah. Everything the boss does is piercing. So, row doesn't super matter this time around. They might be long range as well. Who knows? I didn't look that far. I just saw that, looked at Yuna's almost 7k health, and went, she can go in the front row. I'd say a bit different than an ugly Squall, because you can debuff this one. Like, Squall was straight up, nothing is good. This boss is, bring your debuffs. It goes super debuff heavy. And actually, specifically, you can go super debuff heavy across the board, or you just go super physical debuff heavy. Because again, with a single magic blink, you can end blink its only magic attack. You do also want to equip a bunch of instant KO resist. Oh, that would be 9, this is 11. Instant KO resist, because the boss starts off with a meteor, turn 1, that does gravity damage. So, if you got instant KO resist across the board, then you just have a chance to ignore, just no-sell that first hit. Alright. Fucking work with me here. There we go. Oh, hello. God damn it, Rasmo. Could you please? Oh, right. I was like, oh no, I didn't bring Protectka. Right. Right. Doesn't matter. Sorry, so ingrained in my goddamn skull that I thought I fucked up. Also, hasn't been mentioned, but boss is weak to lightning and ice. Also, it's like a goddamn truck. That's the move, by the way, that I was prepped for. That is why Benediction exists. And that's why I brought Valley Garmonda. And no sell. Alright, so that just... Deathguise here has a very specific pattern. And the wings unfurling, refurling is just its transitions between the two patterns. Internet, please. It's time. I'm not hitting any of the weaknesses. I'm still doing way too much damage. A Fang story. Oh, that's really fun for me. Does that fire defense in this mode, or did something wear off? Either way, this is going pretty smoothly, all things considered. Yeah, when I saw that this boss was like, everything it does pierces, I was like, cool. So you mean I can go all out? What? Yep, I don't need to worry about defending. Well, two arms. Yep, that was pretty easy. Again, an event that wasn't built for the ability rework. Also, yeah, I heard about the, well, actually, I read the, post about the rework for Torment Dungeons, and then they said Nightmare, and then they said Torment a bunch, and it's like, what do you mean? For the reference, Torment Dungeons, global, are called Nightmare in Japan. So I'm like, are you talking about the Nightmare global dungeons or the Nightmare Japanese dungeons? And then you mentioned Torment, so are you talking about Torment Dungeons or Nightmare which are you talking about? And of course there was no clarification. Yeah, that might be one of the most pointless name changes. They could have just called it Abyss. There was absolutely no reason to change it to Nightmare, which then caused the problem down the road, which now causes continual problems to this day. There was absolutely no reason to change the name to Nightmare. I think Abyss Dungeons would have been fine. Well, I mean, Japan doesn't keep track of what global calls stuff. Alright, Urara to Alara is fine. I think that's fine. It's a better, it rolls off the tongue better. I don't, like, Urara is really hard to say in English, well, whereas Alara is easy to say. I don't mind that one. Like, I think... Yeah. Kururu. Instead of, like, Kururu is just really hard to say in English. Krill is fine. I mean, like, if you want a good thing of why you localize things and don't directly translate them, look at how Japan pronounces Cerberus. And this isn't like a shot at Japan like, what are you doing? Pronounce it wrong. It's just that's how the language works for Japan. In Japan, the way you say Cerberus is Keroberos. And it's just like, no, you call that Cerberus in English. Even though it's pronounced that way. And like, might then cause problems down the line. You localize it properly because that's what you do. You make it so, that's what localization is. It's making it so stuff fits better. Sometimes you take localization too far, in the account of like Phoenix Wright, but how would they have known that further down the line that they were going to go very Japanesey with Phoenix Wright stuff? But changing Abyss to Nightmare was just stupid. There's literally no reason. The direct translation was Abyss. You could have just called them the Abyss Dungeons. What does that do for you? Nothing. Nightmare makes sense as a dungeon name because it is a nightmare that plagues the person. These are threatening fights. They are nightmares. There you go. Said you're tormented by the... Whatever. Cid Mission time. I just paused a little bit on this one because the exact execution of the beginning of this fight is a little precise. And once that is done, I can jack it up to speed 2 for the opening. Were the Japanese nightmares out by the time that Global Nightmare came out? No, that is the exact problem. They did that thinking that they were being smart, when in fact they were being extremely wrong. Yeah, what is MB? I'm not really following on what MB, like what ability is MB. Multi-break? Multi-break. Multi-break rank 3 is extremely useful. Oh, Mug Bloodlust. Okay. I don't know, I'd say hold on to your crystals for now. Snow Spell. Snow Spell's a good one to rank up to 3. you'll go through all those uses way before you go through uses of other moves. Snow Spell Strike is fantastic. Also because it's like the only like multi-hit ice move for physical people. Physical ice is hard. Actually, no. Icicle Shot exists. I always forget about that move. But Snow Spell Strike is fantastic because way more better physical people can use Snow Spell. Also, yeah, farmable crystals are coming out soon enough. Like, I have a rank 2 Snow Spell. That's pretty good for me. My alt has a rank 3 Snow Spell because I super invested in Deleta. The AoE Ice Spell would, yeah, but it's also only 2 hit and is AoE, so it has slightly lower damage caps, I want to say. Just in general. Hold up. We're going fast now. Gotta slow down. I feel bad for Old Man Garland here. He just was not expecting these kids to come in out of nowhere and just really fuck up his day. Again, like, Hailstorm's alright. It gets the job done. It has a lower multiplier. Like, I generally don't get the same damage out of Hailstorm than I do a Spellblade. You meddling kids and your ability upgrades. You weren't supposed to have those. No. My bean. Oh, piss. Uh-oh. This might be bad. Oh, Hailstorm has the same multiplier? Then I'm wrong. I'm super wrong. Maybe my problem is I was compared to Snow Spell, which definitely has a higher multiplier. God, every bounced flare gives me power. Yeah, God, Chant plus Cloud USB plus Snow Spell is dumb. Alright, let's have some fun. I'm obviously going to win this. I don't think I've ever used Shift Break. Ooh, that multiplier. Not fantastic. I went for a sip of coffee thinking that it was a boss that died in a normal way. Keeps me going. Some days I'm usually super tired, so I need that coffee. Alright, jumpstart. wisdom motes. I think I need those in my alt. It was either wisdom or bravery. So, same boss. This is one of those where the boss doesn't change at all. Alright, so. And there we go. Actually, now that I've established this properly, let me just slide this in there. Yeah, this boss is dead already, it just doesn't know it yet. Yeah, I need a benediction for this. There it is. Fucking dream sequence music is killing me. Alright, this is Marcus 13. Where do you even fight Deathguise in 9? I don't ever think I got that far. 9. Starting to be on that short list of Final Fantasies that I've never beat. Let's see, which Final Fantasies have I beat? I've beat 1, 4 now, 5, 6, 7, never beat 8, never beat 9, beat 10, never played 11, never will. 12, 13 I've beat, 14. Technically, even though I haven't finished the most recent story quest. And I haven't played 15 yet. Huh. Vicus snuck in an auto-host. It's the final dungeon theme. Oh, Deathguise is the third to last boss right before Kuja. God, I love potions. Alright, just wait 30 minutes, you're fucked. Next. There we go. Ease map would be like a crazy multiplayer fight, I bet you. Also, did they ever do Ozma? They did. 3rd anniversary. It's a hell of a fight. Has custom mechanics. Zoop. This is still like one of my favorite Soulbreak animations that I have. It's a little janky, but it's still pretty good. What's up? I'm ready this time. Big move. As soon as unit gets that turn, I'm gonna slam that fucking benediction button. Good use of my instant turn to cast an instant break. And Shadow Realm. Oh, I had the timing down. It's really good seeing 8 max damage hits. Damn, I didn't one cycle him. What am I even doing with my life? God, I love jump starts. They're so good. Alright. Who wants to do some easy multiplayer? And then look at some banners. Silver Dragon. Oh, that's not... Oh no, I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. What do we got here? He's weak to wind, right? Wind and ice. Wind. I haven't tried this one out yet. Also, I haven't seen a lot of people using this one. Alright, now do note, if you want to jump in... Oh, wait, no, you can't really do that without spending a bit of stamina. I was going to say, jump into the fight and then back out, but that'll use up stamina, so don't do that. Oops. I did that thing again. I forgot to post that. Come on, people of all ages. Come on, come all. I think I'm gonna hit that timer for 1 minute at this point. Yeah, I do the easy multiplayers. I have messed around with the idea since Saturday is my off day of maybe doing a multiplayer stream for like last minute people trying to get in there. The hard fights. I might do that. Do that this week. I don't think I got... Well, unless they announce a tournament, I might have to do that on Saturday if they do that. See what happens. Alright, that's a minute. So whenever Quinn is ready, we'll head out. We can two-man this. No healer. Well, what might be up with your connection, we've actually had this problem with Crumb on the video fights. Sometimes you just need to load into the fight once. Like, it's trying to download the data, and what happens is it times you out after 30 seconds. So once you have all the data for the fight in your game, yep, see, you get in. Man, Light of 4, it has been ages since I've seen this. Hell yeah. New flare looks so good. I was having a talk with the multiplayer crew about, like, now that they have new flare and new meteor, they really got to build a non-elemental mage, like just a mage whose whole gimmick is they don't do elemental damage. I think that would be super rad and a very unique character. Like, mind you, they won't hit the same damage numbers as elemental mages on some fights, but like, they have their uses. What do you mean, is Twitch weird now? That could be my connection, Cosmic. I'm having problems with Optimum. So that might not just be you. But a refresh. Yep, that sounds about right. Being behind whole 2 minutes, I've dropped a couple frames, so pause, restart. You'll catch up. I have dropped about... You know, you said you're behind 2 minutes, right? I have dropped 865 frames, which at 30 frames per second is about 2 minutes. Was Onion Knight non-elemental mage? Kind of. But wasn't built for that. That's the thing. Like, I want somebody who's like, my gimmick is flare, you know? I'm the flare boy, he says. Or she. God, you're doing it. Be a prisoner, how dare you? In my own house. Can't believe V-Prisoner's doing the move. Gets to show off fucking Steiner's USB before I talk about how cool its gimmick is. Oh, come on, you two on the bottom. Quinn, you just loaded in. Maybe it is your connection. You should try playing on data when you do multiplayer. I don't know if I mentioned that. Oh, you're in. Alright. Alright. Oh, jeez. Well. Steiner might survive with wall. The real trick, V-Prisoner, is if you want to really utilize it, you need to craft some level 1 spells. Hell yeah! The move! Yeah, if you want to trance him, though, yep. A very, very good move to do. What a good gimmick. God, Zephyr's memory looks so cool. I can't wait to master that and start throwing it into some fights. It's like my first, like, big damage break. What's the gimmick? Okay. Actually, hold that thought, Fiona. Because it's time for banners. Oh, hey. Manny. Okay, so first up, Transramu. Yeah, wow. On my side viewer. I'm super behind. Deal 7 summon magic lightning non-elemental attacks to all targets, and temporarily infuse the user with the power of lightning. Raise magic in mind of all allies. Does that do anything else aside from that? Oh. Oh, this is passive summon. Okay, so she gets passive summon. Yeah, this is offensive Garnet, which is really good, and Garnet is a pretty good offensive summoner. Or, yeah, that's an even better one. Or you can have this going while she bards, or something like that. Either way, it's really good. It infuses with lightning. We don't have any 5-star lightning abilities, but we do have Valley Garmanda as a 6-star, and that's a good synergy there. All in all, it's pretty good in the fact that it allows Garnet to keep doing damage while she's like healing or doing other things. So, yeah, all in all, I really like that one. It's a good passive offensive move. And here we go, the Excalibur 2. It's called, yeah, Enlightened Blade. Deal 10 fire, lightning, ice attacks to one target and temporarily raise the resistance a large amount of the caster. Enter Shining Night mode. In Shining Night mode, Night mode causes magic, lightning, fire, ice attacks to in-element the user. So, what this means is when he's in Shining Night mode, if you get tagged by a lightning, ice, or fire attack, he in lightning, ice, or fires. I'm so torn on this because I fucking love the gimmick, but it requires you to utilize somebody else to do damage. On top of the fact that if you can't run a full physical team, or you need a physical attacker that can also do black magic, or a healer that can do black magic. It's really cool and really fun. I don't like its dependence on other party members to do stuff. It's like a weird entrust bot in a way, if you think about it. That said, it does give Steiner some versatility and allows him to switch elements on the fly. Though, in actuality, the other really goofy, stupid thing about it is that it does 3 elements, but you can only bring 2 abilities to a fight. So, he can in ice and use snow spell, or he can in fire and use blazing, and then he can in lightning and use nothing because he can only bring 2 abilities. Yeah, it's extremely good for his OSB because you can in-fire him for that. Or any element, because I think his OSB hits 3 elements. So yeah, it has versatility and gimmicks that work. It's just has a little bit of awkwardness to it, and an aspect that just it needed a little extra oomph at one point in some way to make it stand out and make that downside of having to bring an ability shine out a little bit more. Like 50% chance to dual cast or something like that, you know? Like give it just a little something extra, and well, maybe not 50%, 50% is really high, 30%. Or like quick cast or something like that. Like just something to give it a little bit extra oomph. And it would have been really good. And it just falls a little flat. Still, I fucking love the gimmick. It's such a good callback to how Spellblades worked in 9 that it's so stupid fun that I still love it. Judicious Staff is Vivi's USB, which is Attend Fire, Infuse Fire, Mag Resistance buff, and cause black magic abilities to be casted twice but you use 2 uses. So, like the witch abilities, except for black magic. And I think, to the date, Vivi is the only person that has gotten this for black magic. What does this mean for Vivi? Hone up Meltdown, hone up Chain Firaga, and Vivi's gonna blow people up. With this being a fire boosting staff outside of Realm and 6-star, and the fact that this infires him, this is stupid, this is gross, it's disgusting. It really makes Vivi a force to be reckoned with. Yeah, and when Vivi trances, it gives him double cast, which means quad cast. Sorry, triple cast, right? That's how Record Keeper works. No, I think this is fantastic. It's super good, and it finally gives Vivi this edge and uniqueness that he's not hampered with at being literally only black 5. Like, there are so many mages that like, I used Vivi for a really long time in the beginning, but then as more mages that came out with versatility, like once they had White 4 and stuff like that, I kind of casted Vivi to the wayside because there were just other mages that did stuff better. This finally gives them an edge. Knight's Oath, which is Steiner's second BSB. 8 physical fire, lightning, ice to one target, raise the user's defense a very large amount temporarily. And is that just sentinels? Yep, and sentinel enter burst mode. Command 1 is fire, lightning, ice, 4-hit single target. Command 2 is fire, lightning, ice, AoE. Yeah, this BSB isn't great. I don't know what the multipliers on these, but I would have to assume hitting so many elements, they're not fantastic. I know that from experience with Delita, his commands kind of suck. But there's a weird sort of synergy with this and the USB, in that, like, say you're fighting an ice boss, and you get 2 bars, you do the USB, have somebody cast a weak spell on him, and then do the BSB, and he's going to do a lot of damage with that BSB. But that requires you to pull 2 high-level items off the same banner, yada yada yada. It is very lackluster on its own. But big elemental covers overall. Again, not knowing the exact damage numbers. Hold up. It's versatility. Same thing with any other versatility mage burst. This could do work, but yeah, Command 2 needed to be a buff. It needed to be a Spellblade buff to make this good. Trial by Lightning. This is just good. It's attack magic up. That's like the base thing. If it just had that, it'd be fine. It also lowers lightning resistance, and then is a burst. Command 1 will summon Ramuh and heal somebody. Command 2 is 4 hits, an extra hit if Ramuh is summoned. And Command 1, if Ramuh is summoned, deals 2 hits and heals the party percentile, which lets you run Garnet as a summoner and do some real gross stuff. All in all, I really like this, and just really, I'll give a thumbs up to anything with an attack mag buff on it. Magic Fury is pretty good too, if I remember right. It's 6 Magic Lightning Ice with a mag resistance up 30% on the party. Burst mode. Command 1 is 4 hits of each element. Command 2 is 2 fire non-elemental AoE and a defense mag bargain. Yeah, just overall, it's a very good all-rounder, hitting a bunch of elements break with a bargain on it, which a lot of these don't have. They usually use some other gimmick, but this allows Vivi to be really self-sufficient in a physical team or super assist a magic team. Just overall, it's really good, and if you get it, you should look into working Vivi into most of your magic parties. Hamelin. Hamelin's a very old but good burst for Ico. The entrance is a big heal with a crit chance buff. Command 1 is a single target, not fast, normal cast time, but gives blink. Command 2 is an AoE. Very good in combination with things like chant and what have you, and just other things in general. It's just good. Like, there's not really too much to talk about with the commands except for like the blink. Yeah, that's it. Ico is a good healer for a physical team because of that crit chance buff. Yep, that is the perfect way of putting it. Let's move on then. Give me a second, I'm checking something on the side. Okay. Noble Resolve. Increase the duration of stat buffs generated by the user by a small amount. Applies to most stat buffs. It's okay for Garnet. It works better now that she has Bard. Because eventually there will be those Bard buffs. And just works well with a couple of real soul breaks. Yeah, it's not good in vacuum until we get those Bard songs. That's pretty much the best way of putting it. But it will be good. Ico gets a small chance for white magic abilities to dual cast. I hate it when these are on relics. But in a vacuum, pretty good. With breaks, fantastic. You know the deal with these. It's just a good legend materia. I just hate it when they're on relics. Because it just makes other healers shine out way more. This is an interesting one. Deal way more damage. I think that's 20 or 30% with black magic abilities, but have longer casting times. Now, just a sec. I don't know what the changes are on this exactly, but yeah, you can dive him for this alone, and I mean, longer casting times, but you're casting twice with that legend dive. Yeah, it seems like a reference to Focus from 9. Yeah, also Thunder God's Might exists. There are ways around it. Enveloping Warp is pretty good. It's a mag defense 30% and HP shield. Just really nice. Very standard, very, you know, whatever. But as far as supers go, it's just really good. And Tin Armor comes back again. A very, very old Imperil Fire. Outshined by a lot of more modern stuff, but hey, it's AoE and fire. You don't really find that too many places. All in all, I like the USBs for this. The Excalibur 2, Enlightened Blade being the outlier. But, whatever. It's dumb. Judicial Staff is just gross. The bursts are all pretty good. Steiner's is a little lackluster. It could be better, but Is 3K still the most party-wide HP? I want to say maybe. I can't remember what Warrior of Light gives, but maybe. All the Legend Materia will be good eventually. 2 of them are good now. 1 will be good later. And both the supers range from pretty good to it's alright. Now here comes 8-star armor. Fuck me up. Alright, so the 3K is the most. Ah, piss. I'll piss. Oh no. Oh no. No! Holy shit! Oh my god! Can I get another relic for the cold shot? Like, come on! I called that. Somebody clip that for me. I need to remember my, like, on any day where I'm feeling sad. I just need to open up that clip. Holy shit. What is my fucking life? Yeah, Kasumi, you're pretty good at editing the clips. I've been catching a couple of yours, and they're all pretty good. Oh my lord. Cannot believe my life. Well, I gotta use these things I got from Torments on something, right? Oh, not Kasumi, Fiona, sorry. My brain isn't in the right place right now. I think I looked out, yeah, you were right next to each other, and my mind kind of fucked up. You know, the armor's okay. As far as armors go. I mean, look at what the Onion Knight armor is. Oh shit. When you fuse stuff and you forget that you did it. Alright, it's not as good as the Onion Knight armor, thankfully, but, well, that exists now. Anyway, we have a second banner to look at. I'm dead. Inside. Okay. Oh, shake it out. Okay. Cool. Nice. Alright. Grain Lethal. Deal 10 random physical wind. Yeah, I'll probably talk about those, the 2 Crystal Tower things. Briefly. Deal 10 physical wind random. It imperils, enter Master Thief mode. In Master Thief mode, you have a Chase of Steel Storm, dealing 1 hit with a moderate chance to imperil further. Is that only on Thief moves, or is that wind move? Wind. Wind and non-element. Wait, no, dealing wind. Okay, Thief abilities. Okay, yeah. So, it's pretty good. It lets... Zidane's always been in this weird place where he's not built to do a shit ton of damage. Like, he really isn't. Like, he can, but you gotta go out of your way a little bit to do it. It's not like Vaughn, who gets it on a thing. Whoops. Hold up. Actually, V Prisoner, can you get that for me? I gotta get, like, what's it called? Regulars set up at some point for people like Fiona and that. Anyway, Zidane's never, like, he doesn't really do stupid damage on his own. What a goddamn name. but he sets up other people really well. Like, he excels at setting up other people. He doesn't have an in-wind. Like, it's on his burst that his in-wind that isn't a super soul break is on a burst that is designed to give your party a stacking physical buff. Like, Zidane is built to support the party, and it's really weird when you think about it. But, like, really sit there and think about it. He has 2 imperils. He has a unique party-wide buff. Anyway, what I'm getting at is that's what Grand Lethal is. Grand Lethal is a way to set up your party with a chase that isn't meant to do damage, but is instead meant to continue supporting your party. Like, when you compare his chase to Titus's chase, you can see what I mean. Anyway, I'm not going to dwell on it too much. Zidane is still fantastic, but he isn't built for damage, he's built for support, which is just really weird. But in a good way weird. He's good weird. Final Requiem is an OSB. Deals Dark Non-Elemental. More damage if you're Dark. It also has a Dark boost on it, which is pretty good. And, okay, it is a Rod. Yep. OSBs. You know what they do. They do it. Oh, speaking of this, here's Imbued Blade, which is... Man, I gotta take a drink. My throat's killing me. Hold up. Ugh. Excuse me. Imbued Blade. Bleh. Imbued Blade. Try saying that 5 times fast. It is massive fire, lightning, ice damage to one target. Does more if they're vulnerable. Can break damage cap, I think is what it's cut off there. Yep, okay. God, this new format sucks. Hey, it's an OSB that hits multiple elements. Like, it's versatile. And as we've stated before, synergizes stupendously with his USB, if you have it. Platinum Dagger. So here's Marcus, our poison boy. So the entrance does 6 physical poison to all targets, lowers their magic defense, and grants burst mode. Command 1 is 2 hits, win poison, lower magic. Command 2 is 2 hits, win poison, lower defense. Meh. What? It gets the job done. Very good for multi-target fights. It's weird that it's wind poison, but I guess they wanted it to synergize with both of the thief moves. And that's about all I can say about it. It's in a really weird situation where poison damage, which is like the black sheep of Record Keeper, and also it only hits 2 elements. There's no non-elemental in there, so against Omni Resist can be bad. But not against Omni Resist, and especially against something that's wind or poison weak. It's pretty good. I always want to say Sagittarius, but it's Sargantanas. Weird. Solution 9! I cannot hoot and holler about Solution 9 enough! Solution 9 is Zidane's best break in the game. It is an entrance that does not 9 random target hits. Infuses wind. Command 1 is 2 ranged wind hits that lowers attack 10% and raises the user's attack 10%. You can do this 3 times. Thief's Offering takes that buff, takes the Swift Steel buff, and spreads it to the party. Both the debuff and buff from Swift Steel stack. So if you have a wind weak boss and you bring this and utilize Shout, you are getting an 80% buff on the party, and if you bring this and Power Breakdown, you are getting a stacking physical debuff. Pretty much like, you know the Jumpstart that we have right now that's out and it's for Arc? You should Roaming Warrior this for Arc and see how much this destroys Arc. Because that's what I did when the boss first came out, and it was gross. Yeah, no, I really like Solution 9. It's super good. 4 Symphony. 8 Magic Dark, Imperil Dark. Command 2 is a 2-hit AoE. Command 1 is a 4-hit single target. Both deal more damage or doom. Hold up, sorry. God, it's always that moment. I start talking about banners, and I get Ajda from the fucking cup of coffee that I drank for an hour ago. Yeah, I don't know much about Nox. Sorry, I use BlueStacks. I assume the multiplier on this, if you have Doom, is really busted. So, I don't know what to tell you. This is probably really good for if you need dark damage. The strongest Dark Imperil in the game in terms of damage. Well, that's a selling point for me. As somebody who uses, right now, what's her fucking name? The bot. Having one that deals way more damage than her. that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It doesn't do anything fantastic. It's not anything fancy, but it deals a lot of damage. Ah, Lightbringer. An oldie but a goodie. 4-hit AoE. Deals more damage if no allies are dead. Imperil Holy. Command 1 is a 2-hit Holy that does Sentinel. Command 2 is 2-hit non-elemental that does a resistance buff. A slightly worse version of Agrius's Burst because Command 2 doesn't have Holy typing, but still does the same job as Agrius's Burst, and Agrius's Burst is broken as shit. So you'll be damn right if you think this one's broken as shit too. Snap Judgment. Moderate chance to reduce delay of the user's actions for 1 turn when using thief abilities. Perfect in a vacuum. Perfect with breaks. A perfect record materia, legend materia. Also, small boost to wind is really, really nice. Gold armor. Aside from being gaudy, opportunity strikes. Small chance to temporarily lower target's fire resistance a small amount when using spell blades. It's alright. It pretty much means, hey, I hope you brought fire spell blades. But the problem with this is it unfortunately doesn't synergize with his first BSB because that BSB's commands aren't typed Spellblade. However, the BSB 2 is typed Spellblade. So they fixed it later down the line. The only other downside is that this isn't on the same banner as that BSB. So, oops. Begin the battle dark. Yeah, especially for a mage. Just really good. Perfect. Marcus's Bandana. 6 physical wind, poison to all targets, and Quintuple Break. Yeah. They're sort of bringing Marcus out as this more supporty thief, and I kind of like it. It fills a niche that isn't there in 9. And honestly, Queen is a fantastic support. Queen has problems. Queen has some real problems if you don't have any breaks for them. Aside from that, this is really good. Quintuple breaks are rarer than other things. Second Shock is pretty good, actually, all things considered. It's 8 damage, which is whatever, but it has a magic blink on it, which is something that when searching through things today, I learned doesn't exist all over the place too much. There's about 21 total in the game. So one that's on somebody that is a offensive person and you don't have to stop healing to do is real nice. So while not as completely broken as the first banner, mainly because this has 2 overstrikes on it, and the first banner has 3 USBs, which I usually rank higher. This isn't a bad banner. I just think the first one is stronger, though this one does have Solution 9. The Legend Materia are all fine on this, and the Supers are pretty good. I don't have anything on this banner, so you can't do it to me twice, game. How about that one? Still got a 9 item. Still got a 9 item. Fight me. Okay. I think it's time to log off. Oh, Lord. Okay. 13, huh? Finally. So, that's it for the FF9 event. Pretty simple compared to our last couple events, the bosses in this one. Next time we finally have 13, which if you believe it or not, it has been like 5 or 6 months since the last 13 event. So, I'll see you next time.